Welcome to the Health Revolution, the program that shows you how to have a life of vibrant well-being. In a world full of noisy health trends, we bring you clarity. We reveal the science-backed strategies that truly work in a sea of fads. We explore the physical strength, emotional resilience, and mental mastery. These are the keys to an enriched life. Join us for inspiring interviews with champions who've conquered life's health challenges. Are you ready to unlock your potential to live with vitality and purpose? Then join the Health Revolution. I'm your host, Adriana Morrison, health and fitness expert, speaker, and a mom who understands. Let's embark on this transformative quest. Together, we're about to change the game, starting now. The information provided in this show is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Viewers should use their own discretion and consult with a healthcare professional for personalized guidance and recommendations. Excited that you're joining us today. I'm your host, Adriana Morrison, and no matter which way you're tuning into us, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. We want to stay connected to you. Also, there's a tab at the bottom of the screen that has show episode notes for today. Be aware there's some important reference information about our episode. And for those of you who are newer to us, we are all things embracing, elevating the physical strength of the body, emotional resilience, and the mental mastery. Today, we are talking about that holistic wellness from the inside on out. How do we take care of the entire physical body? Our skin is our greatest barrier and our biggest organ. And yet at the same time, there are some things we can do to elevate our health and take care of our skin to have that vitality, that glow, that seemingly putting one youthful foot in front of the other going forward. Our guest today is somebody who is well-versed in this, and I'm excited for you to get to know her. First, take a look at this. Meet Ariel Vyvlecka, a dedicated advocate for holistic wellness and a trailblazer in natural health. As the first college graduate in her family, Ariel has forged her own path through years of research and practice, driven by a commitment to healthier, toxin-free living. She is the founder of Finally All Natural, a skincare company that combines science and holistic healing. Unlike many in the industry, Ariel's brand excludes certain natural ingredients due to ethical and health concerns surrounding their manufacturing processes. Her passion goes beyond skincare. She believes in creating harmony within the body by reducing toxic exposure and balancing internal chemistry. Ariel also brings the heart of a devoted wife and mother to her work, making her a true inspiration for holistic health. Today, we'll dive into Ariel's journey and learn how her unique approach to wellness can inspire and transform our daily lives. Ariel Vyvlecka, welcome to the show. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
I'm excited about our conversation because you wear some important hats in your path to holistic wellness. And I actually want to start with that. What is your definition of holistic wellness? How do you embrace that term?
Yeah. So for me, it's about mind, body, soul, what you put in your body and on your body, and just overall listening to what our body is telling us.
And when you think about the journey that you've been on, obviously every journey has its humble beginnings. And so being the first to graduate college and all of that, what was it like for you as you were beginning your path to where you are today? What was it like in the beginning?
In the very beginning, I was a full-time student, also a full-time working full-time hours, and just trying to get through college. I had no idea it was to start a business. And so once I finished college, I didn't even use my degree for what I was going to do. And I ended up in the car business. And I loved my job there. I was there for 13 years. And then I became pregnant and had my my kids.
And so at that point in time, it sounds like you were well driven and that you were taking care of yourself and just going through the motion of your role with your profession that you had. And so during that time, you mentioned that you didn't use your degree. Neither did I after a while. When was the turning point for you to really take a look at holistic wellness, and what was that trajectory? What did that look like?
So when I had my first child, um, it put a lot of stress on my body, and the healing afterwards was really tough. So I started really looking into what I can do better for myself, and that was going down a non-toxic journey and trying to heal my skin from being so irritated and red, had acne everywhere. It really took an effect on me, and my hair was falling out. So I was trying to heal myself as well, my outer self as well as my inner. And I wanted to keep toxins away from the baby as well. So, when they're touching us, we're transferring whatever we're putting on our skin on them as well. And this is how I started what really drove me down to look into non toxic options.
So pregnancy was the catalyst for you to really pay attention? Was it that some of these symptoms were coming up while you were pregnant? Did they come up beforehand and then just pregnancy kind of exacerbated? What were you noticing with what you were experiencing?
Yeah, so I've always had a little bit of redness in my skin, but after pregnancy, it was just very flared, and I couldn't control what was happening to my skin. It felt like I had no control, and it really messed with how I felt about myself, and showing others. And then when I was learning about non-toxic ingredients, and trying to try all these different products, high-end products, because I thought that those were the best for my skin. And it still kept stinging and being very irritated. And that's when I started to read more into every single ingredient and learning about hidden ingredients.
Did anyone in your family experience this before, or was this something new that it was a surprise that you were going through this?
Yeah, it was a surprise to me about not being able to figure it out. So it was surprising that this kept happening, and surprising that when I would join Facebook groups, I was surprised that there's many others that are having skin issues as well, and trusting what others are telling them to do, or trusting marketing. Like, I was trusting marketing when it would say sensitive skin, it'll clear you up, or all of these marketing tactics. I was trusting it all. And
What I'm curious, did you get any feedback from your OB-GYN, your obstetrics and gynecologist at the time? Did they have any insight, or was this just not something that was talked about with your pregnancy?
with my pregnancy, um, it just wasn't talked about. I didn't even know that I should bring it up to my OB. So it was really just, I think it's overlooked a lot, and a lot of us don't talk about it, what is happening to our body after we give birth. So and how many years it takes to heal within.
You bring up a good point, because when I remember at each pregnancy that I've had, the body, there's so many hormonal changes, relaxin is flowing in the body, and just it's the preparation for that baby to be born, and yet with that, you're right in that things aren't historically talked about. I don't remember ever talking to any of my doctors or even midwives, because I had a midwife for my last two, that the importance of being careful of what we're exposed to, and the repercussions that can come from that. So would you say that the skin, your skin flare-ups that you had and some of the conditions that you were going through, was that the catalyst for your journey to holistic wellness? Was that the was that the driving force that really pushed you to pursue this?
It actually pushed me to learn more about it, but what really lit my fire to start my own skincare line was when I learned about the lack of transparency with every skincare product, all of the hidden ingredients that are allowed, and I felt like I could not trust. I didn't know what brand I could trust. And as I kept finding out more and more about the lack of transparency, I then found out that a lot of skincare companies that are promoting for sensitive skin were using ingredients that were very irritating to sensitive skin and that caused even deeper issues. So that's what really lit my fire to start my own skincare brand.
And I'm excited to get into that. I'm curious to get your thoughts on the even bigger picture, almost like the iceberg effect. So when companies are maybe not as forthcoming, or we know that there are companies out there that are not forthcoming, the bigger picture is, if I were to ask you, what is the bigger picture of companies not being so transparent? What have your findings and your studies revealed to you about this?
Yes. um, so we can start with marketing tactics that are not very true that a lot of companies like to use. So, for instance, before and after pictures is one start. There are sites that companies can go to and they can purchase before and after pictures that look very real. Like, it does not look like it has been filtered or anything. And when I found this, I was very upset. We're being lied to. And so it's very important that when you do look at before and after pictures, you want to see down below that they mention these are not edited, or these are from, like, they'll tell you if it's from them because they know that you can buy it from somewhere else. So you'll want to see that. If you don't see that, then I wouldn't really pay much attention to those before and after pictures.
And I think you bring up a point, and I want to get your take on some of the more recent conversations that have come up about companies who do this practice, and some of the brand names that we are, and this is just globally, but definitely we're talking about skincare, that brand names are oftentimes housed underneath one company, or the organization, the entity that owns these brands. It's almost like a titan type of approach or presence that they have. The practice, it almost, there's a pattern, would you say? So in terms of big companies, big industries, what is your take on the lack of forthcoming? Because we could talk, obviously in our show we've talked about foods, but now we're talking about skincare. What
Mm-hmm.
is the theme that you're noticing, and maybe what are we not paying attention to?
Yeah, so I noticed that a lot of them like to put hypoallergenic on their sites, and this does not have a definition provided by FDA. It is not regulated by FDA. So if you are if you do have like skin that can be very sensitive and flare up to certain ingredients or products, do not look for hypoallergenic because it does not mean anything to the skincare company and it is not regulated. And then there are hidden ingredients that are not told to the consumer. So the way certain ingredients are made, the manufacturing process, Those are called incidental ingredients according to FDA, and they are not required to tell you about those ingredients. So, for instance, some extracts in natural skincare products, they are extracted using ethanol or acetone or hexane, and these leave residues behind in the final product, which then cause irritation to our skin. But we aren't told that that's being used.
How many people is there like a ballpark of how many people have skin conditions or skin reactions because of exposure to products or ingredients that are not good for us? Maybe that some are more
Mhm.
tolerant than others, but how much ballpark wise is does the data show on that?
Well, if you think about it, a lot of products, a lot of people, everybody thinks that they either have sensitive skin, or that they have rosacea, or that they have eczema, or that they have dry skin, oily skin. We are brought up to think that that's our skin type. But really, it's our skin reacting to all of these products and ingredients that we know nothing about. So our skin is just trying to tell us something through all these skins that we think is our skin type. And I think that's a big misconception, is we don't that's not our skin type. That's a an issue that we need to solve. Mhm. Yes, and that comes back to overall health. So, internal, what you're putting into your body. Um, foods have hidden ingredients as well, and then the external. So, we're causing damage to our cells when we're putting, for instance, glycerin. Everybody knows glycerin. A lot of people have it in their product, probably multiple products that they're using every day. But glycerin also has residue left behind from the way it's created. But not only that, but glycerin suffocates the skin, and it's pulling. If there's no any moisture in the air to pull from, then it starts to pull from within your skin. And a lot of studies have shown that it's causing damage, but we're still using it every single day. And it's usually the first ingredient in your product.
So now, would this just be so when you say like moisturizers, cleansers, for
Mhm.
example,
Yes.
or could it even be, and I'm just gonna be far reaching, for example, like say residue off of body washes and maybe shampoos, conditioners, like is all
Mhm.
of that okay? So
Yeah,
that's
so all of that, those even have emollients in it or synthetic preservatives in it. One synthetic preservative that I do not like at all is carmine. So carmine is you'll see it as it's also read as E15 or as a couple on my website. There's a list of how it's named on your product, so you can see. But it's a parasite, and it's a parasite that is boiled in ammonia and then crushed up. But they don't. They just put carmine on the ingredient list, and then there's quaternium 15. This is a preservative, and this is it's a preservative because it slowly releases formaldehyde, and you'll find it in baby products as well.
ooh, wow.
So these are, yes, and it's in baby products that are in the store right now, or it's in lotions and shampoos. And carmine is also used to make color, the red color in lipstick. So it's in a lot of lipsticks. So not only are you have you're using parasites, but also ammonia is used, and then formaldehyde. So these are everyday preservatives and coloring.
Well, that's a little disturbing, especially because if so, you're saying that if we were to go to our local place where we shop and we buy some of these, or we go to grab some of these products that we're very likely to find on the ingredient list, these pseudonames that mean, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have a lot to go into. First, we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. Stay right there. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back after this.
So NAD is something that we use for people who are going through withdrawal symptoms, whether it's opioids, whether it's alcohol. GABA receptors in our brain is something that alcohol affects when we drink. So when you're going through alcohol withdrawals and I give you the Calm bag or give you Calm with GABA in it, it kind of gives your brain that kind of fix, so to speak, of the alcohol to help with the withdrawal symptoms. I'm not saying it gets rid of them. I'm not saying I give you GABA and you're good to go forever. That's not what I'm saying. It's, again, just like everything we offer, it's a relief.
Introducing Launchpad, the perfect partner to help you launch your dream project to the world. We know that time is of the essence, and we're here to help you make the most of it. With Launchpad, you'll get access to the most advanced digital tools and strategies to take your idea from a mere concept to a fully fledged success. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur or a seasoned pro, we have everything you need to make your mark in the world. Launchpad, your ultimate launch partner.
Welcome back to the Health Revolution. Everybody, our guest today, Ariel Vyvlecka. She's a holistic skincare specialist. She's also the founder of Finally All Natural. And we are talking today about revolutionizing how we take care of our skin from a holistic perspective. And Ariel, before the break, you started to dive into some pretty disturbing facts and that is that there are ingredients right now that are not to our benefit, that kids and babies, infants who are exposed through baby products that have really concerning ingredients, that they are prominent in, say, the products that we might grab off the shelf. And I want to dive into, I want to fast forward a little bit. So you're a mom, you started to become aware of the toxins that are in the things that we put on our skin and how we take care of our skin. And so then that was the turning point for you, as you mentioned, that really lit that fire. So then how did you decide that you were going to go through with creating your own skincare line? Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, yes. So I, when I finally found out which ingredients I wanted, and I searched and searched for it, and I could not find it. So that is when I was like, so I have to create my own as well. And when I noticed that it was nowhere to be found is when I patented it, because it did take me 3 years to know the final ingredients that I wanted to use after learning about the hidden and then learning about the manufacturing process. And then when I had probably over 30 ingredients that I thought I wanted to incorporate. And then I learned I had to find out how each one was created. And that's how it came down to 4, because every single one was created using toxins or alcohol.
So to be clear, then so as you were deciding you were going to start your own company, as you were researching and you had a a list of ingredients you wanted to include. You discovered like what all that would, all the details that it would entail. So you narrowed it down to the 4, and we're going to get into that into a second. So, but before we do, talk a little bit about some of the things, and I know we've got some bits of information we're going to share with our viewing audience. Let's talk about some of the elements in the skincare industry that that we don't, that maybe we don't recognize that are important. So let's go ahead and let's bring up that first slide and let's talk about that, so that way we can go ahead and talk a little bit. Tell us a little bit about the importance of this slide.
So this is a scientific study done on my products. And this is the filaggrin. So filaggrin in your skin is responsible for moisturizing and keeping your skin barrier strong. And my skin product is the red bar. And it shows that after 24 hours, it enhanced the filaggrin in your skin naturally, significantly. So that's what this is here, is we did get it scientifically studied, and it did come out very well.
Now, how long was the study for? Like, was there a specific period of time that you were aiming for?
Mm-hmm. So we did it, this one is showing for 24 hours. They did it through a period of 10 weeks.
Okay.
To be sure, yeah, because it is scientifically done, so they can't just base it off of one time. And so it is done for a long period.
Gotcha. And I know we have more information coming up. So let's go ahead and let's bring up the next slide and go from there. So talk a little bit about the filaggrin. And for those of us, that's a foreign term to me. So break that down in detail. What are we looking at here?
So filaggrin is a protein in your skin. And as we get older, we produce less filaggrin. And so then we start to get, dry, a little leathery. And, but also it is directly connected to eczema. So those with eczema have very low to no filaggrin and very disrupted filaggrin. So right here, you'll see on the chart that on the very left, that at the very bottom, when there's not much filaggrin, that their eczema and premature aging is higher. And as we go up, after 24 hours, up here, you'll see that there has been a significant amount of filaggrin produced after applying the face oil. And this reduces eczema and reduces premature aging as well.
So is it both men and women that experience this decrease in filaggrin?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So is it safe to assume, obviously, so we women going through eventually perimenopause and then menopause, that hormonal imbalance, does that turn of events for us women lead to any drastic change in filaggrin? Because I know that some of the symptoms in perimenopause would be just the skin changes, the skin condition, the elasticity is suddenly, it's now things are feeling a little bit different.
Yes. Filaggrin is a key component to all of the elasticity and moisture that you're experiencing. And what it does is it binds to water molecules. And when your filaggrin is very low, you're losing a lot of water moisture and your skin is very weak. And that is what is causing the less amount of elasticity or the eczema or so on.
Okay. So in the case of, say, if someone is dehydrated, wouldn't drinking water help with that? Or is it that even if you stay on top of your hydration, for example, it's still affected?
If we have healthy filaggrin already, water is very important. So water from within is also feeding your filaggrin. So it's not just, in the study, it's showing 0 filaggrin to an enhanced amount. So, and this is incorporating with your own selves to drink water not eat sugar, because sugar is going to cause skin issues, and to eat as healthy as you can, because that is from within your body. It's going to show on your skin no matter what you're putting on your skin.
So real quick question then, does that mean that is this a temporary, or is this something that if we have healthy filaggrin and we're trying to, is this sustainable support so that it's not a drastic decrease? Is it just in the moment, or is it long term? Can you say more?
Are you regarding towards the face oil itself?
Yeah, well,
Or
just in
towards eating?
general. So if we support the filaggrin, if
Mhm.
we are, so as you're showing this, how you addressed the numbers, is this just in for a suspected period of time, short period of time, or is it like help to promote a longer term outcome where it looks better?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the face oil was really created to heal from within. So heal for a long period of time for you to really thrive, your skin to really thrive, not to just put a layer on top of your skin. So it's really penetrating, it's promoting. Filaggrin enhancement is just one small part of what the face oil does. So there's over 30 nutrients within it that is enhancing natural collagen production, enhancing lipids within it. It has vitamin A, B complex, C, E, and every omega is in it, 3, 6, 7, and 9. So it is really full of a lot of nutrition for a long-term experience.
Okay. So I want to go on to like the comparing, contrasting. Let's see if we can bring up the next slide and talk a little bit more about the comparing. So the difference, some of the distinctions that you made are discoveries you made about the skincare industry, and then what your pledge, your goal to bring to the table. Talk a little bit about some of the expectations you have, what makes you different, and what we're looking at.
Yeah, so of course we are against glycerin because of the deficiencies that it causes to the skin barrier. But we also don't use some natural ingredients that are sensitive to nickel allergy consumers as well. So we do take care of nickel allergy, and that in turn helps eczema too. With that, we don't use any extracts that were extracted with chemicals or alcohol solvents, because those are left behind. And also, lastly, when you are shopping for a natural skincare product, you always want to make sure that the oils they're using are cold pressed and unrefined. If they're not mentioning unrefined, then it most likely is refined to give it a longer shelf life. And to refine that, you need to use the preservatives and chemicals, but not only that, but they're bleaching it to refine it. So that is going to cause irritation and premature aging as well.
So these are some practices that have been around for a while then. Mm-hmm. The refining.
Yep. They have to deodorize it and everything, and that's still left in there, doesn't disappear.
Okay, so that's a little that's that brings up other things, chemical circus, I guess you could say, that we're surrounding ourselves with. And so, I know that I want to also talk a little bit about the product line, and talk a little bit about some of the details that the different products that you have. Let's start from the top. Your flagship product is talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, our face oil.
Okay.
So as I mentioned before, it is created to heal and provide all the nutrients that you need. But because of the way it was created, every ingredient in it is supporting one another. So that's how it's providing so many different benefits. It's giving you the reducing the dark spots, the acne fighting. It is scientifically proven as well to fight the bacteria that causes acne. And but then it goes further to plumping fine lines and helping with under eye puffiness. So when we use the face oil, we don't want to incorporate any other moisturizers or under eye creams because of the way they're probably made, but it replaces all of it. You don't need anything else.
And I just want to double check, and I could swear that we had another slide that I wanted to include, and if so, we'll give a moment to that. So yes, so I wanted to hold space so that we could like connect the dots and show. And obviously, you talk a little bit about some of the essentials, and it's so the organic component behind, say, the jojoba oil and what we see here. We share a little bit more with what allows you to be even more distinct from the others, because I know others have said, yes, we're this and that, and we've been here's what makes us shine, and at the same time, what the distinction that you make with what we're seeing here. Say some things about that.
Yeah, along with that is that we only use ingredients that will not clog pores and that are backed by science. And that also, we also incorporated tsubaki. So tsubaki is a rare oil. And during my process of creating it, I've had a lot of manufacturers, try to convince me, like, are you sure you want to use that? It's pretty expensive, or it might be hard to find, and I knew that this was the ingredient, my main ingredient that I wanted in my face oil. And finally, it did take a long time, and I did start to kind of feel like maybe they were right. But I just kept going, and I finally was able to find one that was able to be organic, because a lot of the problem was that a lot of them that are sourced from the manufacturers are not organic. And so when I did find that was probably the hardest ingredient to find, because there's a lot of sourcing that you can do, a lot of manufacturers, but some of them do not take care of their ingredients. They just get it in the bottle and get it out as fast as they can.
And that's obviously that we can see how that is an issue. And we've got a little bit of time before the break. I want to also bring up a couple of befores and afters, but hold space for this. And so talk a little bit about what we're seeing here, the difference between the two, and what's the importance of this progression.
Yes. So she suffered from damage. So her skin is damaged from she's done a lot of chemicals. She's done a lot of chemical peels. She's had a lot of acne. So that's scarring and damaged skin. And with the oil, because of the antibiotics that are in it, and because of there's 4 very unique botanical compounds that are in it, it's able to provide stimulation within the skin to stimulate the skin's own capabilities to heal. So right here, you'll see it's starting to heal itself, not cover it up or use harsh ingredients. It's actually healing, and the roughness and the amount that's up is going down, and it's fading.
And I know we have another before and after. Let's go ahead and let's bring that on up. Tell us a little bit the difference here.
So this is actually my own skin. This above, you'll see I have a lot of acne and redness and irritation. And this is before I tried my face oil for the first time. And this has a lot of antibacterial properties in it, and it was able to clear my acne up because of that, and because of the anti-inflammation properties within it.
And that's got to be your own example. I'm a big, strong proponent on that. We've got another before and after. Let's share, and then as we're bringing this up, talk a little bit about the difference. Obviously, we see, but share more behind the scenes with this one.
Yes. So under eye bags is a common problem. We did it together, and we included a diet change as well. So, and massaging out as well with the oil. The oil was able to help with swelling because of the anti-inflammatory properties within it. And it has a compound called myristic acid. And this reduces inflammation, swelling a lot. So that's why we were able to help her with this.
Drastic difference. One last slide, I believe, that we have, and see if we can bring it up and talk a little bit about this.
So under eye creams they use a lot of emollients in under eye creams. And that's why we always say do not use it with our face oil. Our face oil will take care of that for you. And here she used it for a week, and it was a huge difference. Then it helps with fine lines, mostly because tsubaki is the only oil scientifically proven to inhibit the COX2 enzyme within your skin. And that enzyme is responsible for inflammation and premature aging. So it's able to go that deep. And that's a big reason why I really wanted it as well in our product.
Yeah, you can see the difference between the left and the right. And
Yeah.
we're going to, we've got more to cover. First, we're going to take a commercial break. Stay put. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back after this. Thank you so much for watching The Health Revolution. Our show is growing, and it's all thanks to viewers like you. No matter how you found us, please hit the subscribe button so we can stay connected and continue to deliver amazing content to you. Hi, I'm Adriana, and welcome to Fit Bites. Today, let's talk about heart attack symptoms in women, especially the uncommon ones that are easy to miss. Heart attacks don't always look like sudden chest pain. For women, the signs can be subtle and often mistaken for something else. Watch for unusual fatigue that does not improve with rest. Feeling extremely tired or weak without a clear reason can be an early warning sign. Shortness of breath, even without chest pain, is another symptom to be mindful of. Now, some women experience pain in unexpected areas like the jaw, neck, shoulders, or upper back, which can be confused with muscle tension. You might also notice nausea, lightheadedness, or cold sweats, which can seem more like flu symptoms or anxiety. Now, if you have any of these signs, especially if they're new or persistent, don't brush them off. Knowing these subtle symptoms can make all the difference. If something feels off, trust your instincts and seek medical help immediately. Early action can save lives. Stay proactive, stay informed, and stay tuned for more Fit Bites with Adriana. Welcome back to the Health Revolution. We're spending quality time with our guest today, Ariel Vyvlecka. She's a holistic skincare specialist and the founder of Finally All Natural. And before the break, we were talking about some of the distinctions that her product line brings to the table that helps to address some of the concerns that a lot of us don't know about that are part of the skincare industry situation that we're experiencing, having the exposure to ingredients that are questionable and ingredients that could potentially cause certain skin conditions. And so it's been refreshing to learn this being an alternative. And so, Ariel, what are some of the misconceptions that many people have about how skincare can be? I know one misconception I have is that, it can't penetrate the skin. And what are some things that you are finding that you're debunking as you are sharing your knowledge and value with others?
Yeah. So when we are using moisturizers, such as creams and lotions, you're right. It's not penetrating the skin. It is leaving a layer on top of the skin, giving that false hydration. But then when you wash it off the next day, you still have dry skin. Oils, those are able to penetrate the skin. within. And that is why I did the scientific test, because I also wanted to have proof of that. And that is how I was really able to stand behind it, behind knowing that. And so this one, I mostly believe that it is due to the tsubaki oil that I put into it, that really brings all the oils together and really lets it penetrate deeply into the skin.
How long? So when you launched your company and things began to start rolling, how long has Finally All Natural been available for us consumers?
We are pretty new, so we just launched in August, and it's been really fun, and I'm excited to really provide access to everybody with a great product. So.
And I'm excited for us to be a platform for you to share the value and the knowledge. I know we have another set of information that another set of slides that we wanted to share with our viewing audience, and talk a little bit about some of the ways that you are connecting with consumers and what your goal is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, our goal is to really build a community that is experiencing our products and sharing that with us. We'd love to see the before and afters. We love to be a part of the journey. And we will have a 30-day program coming out soon, too. So that's going to be really exciting.
I know that you've also provided us information about some of your events coming up, workshop, and so I wanted to share that your calendar. What are some things that would be good to know for those who are interested in bettering their skin?
Yes, these are workshops. These are free workshops where every month we have a different subject. They can sign up to it on my website. And we also provide free services to our customers where they can email us labels for themselves or their family, and we'll do a free analysis on that label for them, because we know how difficult it is to read between the lines.
And absolutely true. And especially sometimes when you're trying to read the lines, the print is so small. It's like, am I reading something that I should be worried about or no?
Yeah.
Sometimes the label can just not be as clear, or maybe it's just me. But in any case, I think it's fantastic that you're offering this, and that this is a knowledge base of sharing so that those can make informed decisions. And one thing I'm curious about your take on is the level of convenience that oftentimes the skincare industry will give, like, oh, this is available here and this is available there, oh, this is cheaper, or that's cheap. What is the consequence of, say, a product being cheaply made but with the marketing being a little gray, if we could just say?
Yeah, that is very easy for anybody to do. Anybody can go buy a white label product, is what it's called. So it's already formulated, already created. You just stamp your own brand on it, and that is everywhere. It's available to anyone, and those are the ones that you really want to be careful for as well. They did not put any effort into formulating their own ingredients. They're just white labeling, and they don't really know where the ingredients are being sourced from, and what's really behind each product.
Something to think about for sure. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're coming right back. So stay right there. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back after this. Welcome back to the Health Revolution. Everybody, we're talking about revamping the skincare approach from a holistic standpoint. We've been spending some time with our guest today, Ariel Vyvlecka. She is a holistic skincare specialist and also the founder of her product line, Finally All Natural. Ariel, where can we find you in the virtual space?
Yes, so we are available on Facebook and under Finally All Natural. And here we offer a lot of insight on hidden ingredients, and also we share our blogs on here as well. So a lot of learning on their Facebook page.
And then your website. Let's talk about your website for a second. What can we find here?
So here you'll find, of course, my products, but also you'll find all of our blogs, some more details about everything, some early launch sign-up forms, and some promotions too.
And where else are you on social media? I know that Facebook is not the only place. Where else can we find you?
We're also on Instagram.
Okay.
So Instagram is where we will have all of our giveaways. We have giveaways all the time, and so this is the spot to go for those freebies.
I think it's important for our viewers to note that there's an underscore next to your name, so that sometimes that distinction matters when you're searching. And then where else? But it's not just on Instagram or Facebook. Where else can we find you?
We're also on Pinterest.
Okay.
Yes, so Pinterest, we like to do fun things on there, and we sometimes we'll have giveaways on there as well.
Okay. But also the newest platform that's out there is, in fact, TikTok, right? So
Yes.
you're on there too? Okay. Okay. So we can find some fun approaches to learning about skin, I would imagine.
Yes, on TikTok, we do a lot of our videos on there, of course. So you'll see a lot of me on there.
Okay, sure. Nothing wrong with just sharing a little bit more transparency. Where will we find you? What do you have coming up for wrapping up 2024 and then going into 2025?
Yes, we have a lot of local events that we will be attending. So that's a big thing that we really try to do is be a part of our community. And we are also partnered with Clean Hub. So we are we committed to cleaning 5,000 pounds of plastic for next year. And
that's fantastic. That's a great cause. Of course, we've got to support our environment is something that we all should be doing in some sort of capacity and another. So, it's this is very important, and the information that you shared today, there are some things I didn't know, and I'm so glad that you spent time with us. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it too. It was really fun. Thank you.
And for all our viewers, of course, you can find us on the web. Our website is thehealthrevolutiontv.com. There, you can certainly subscribe to our newsletter. You can email us with any show episode ideas you'd love for us to cover. On the corner of your screen, you'll also find our QR code, quick and easy grab to get there. And then, of course, every Tuesday and Thursday, you can find us on E360 TV, specifically the Achieve TV channel, on 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. And that's all the time that we have for today. Until next time, take care of yourselves. We will see you soon.